Christopher Wray testified earlier today on Capitol Hill. He got grilled. Here is what so I always think, what is the essence of a story? And a lot of you out there, you kind of hear different parts and pieces. Oh, Christopher Wray, the director of the FBI, did this. There is a value in everybody just speaking because of the marketplace of ideas. It's so important. Everybody should speak. But oftentimes, you lose the signal for all of the noise that is out there. In other words, the din of constant noise can confuse you as to, okay, what's the most integral part here? I think that's a good question. You ask me, okay, what's the most integral part? And I'll get to this in a sec. I'll explain it to you. Of, for instance, the Trump legal process. I'll explain to you. Because you got to be able to cut through the noise and get to the centrality of an issue. And the centrality of this issue, as it pertains to the FBI, to me, are these facts that I'm going to lay out. In December of 2019, the FBI took possession of Hunter Biden's laptop. December of 2019. Within a couple of weeks, they knew the laptop was 100% real. The FBI was in possession of that laptop by the new year. They knew that laptop was 100% real. It was Hunter Biden's. Everything on it was authentic, and they were investigating it for crimes. You and me and most of the American public did not learn about the existence of Joe Biden's laptop, Hunter Biden's laptop, in the campaign until October of 2020 when the New York Post story came out. So Hunter Biden's laptop in possession of the FBI in December of 2019. They know it's 100% real within 10 days, 2 weeks of taking possession of that laptop. You and I don't find out about it until October of 2020 when the New York Post story about Hunter Biden's laptop comes out. In that interregnum, in that meantime, the FBI begins to seed the idea that the Hunter Biden laptop might be Russian disinformation, and even briefs the week before this laptop story is going to come out, briefs Facebook, briefs Twitter, briefs all of these Google, big tech companies, and tells them, hey, be on the lookout for a fake laptop story designed to influence the 2020 election that could be coming and be Russian disinformation. But the FBI knew that what they were briefing the big tech companies on was a lie because they knew that the laptop was real. Somebody inside of the FBI, and I think it should have to be Christopher Wray, knew that this laptop was real and then allowed the laptop lie, the idea that it was Russian disinformation, to be spread. And the data reflects that's the reason Joe Biden ended up getting elected. Because if the American public had known the truth, they wouldn't have voted for Joe Biden. Still, majorities of Democrats believe the lie that the Hunter Biden laptop is Russian disinformation. The FBI still has not publicly come out and said, actually, the laptop's 100% real. The FBI, somebody, ordered the code red to protect the Joe Biden campaign, to protect Hunter Biden. That is the most integral thing that must be explained. I can't trust anybody in the FBI until it's explained how did that happen, and until someone is held accountable at the FBI for allowing this to happen, for using the lie of Russian disinformation, which the FBI knew was a lie because they were in possession of Hunter Biden's laptop and knew it was real, allowing that lie to be spread to aid and abet the election of Joe Biden. I don't need to know anything else. Certainly Hunter Biden's been protected, but I want to know who ordered that code red. That to me is the essence of the FBI corruption. Who ordered that code red? Who made that reality happen? Okay, this is funny. I saw this story. I couldn't believe it. Oh, well, let me go to Trump's legal strategy first. I've been telling you guys for a long time. Donald Trump should not stand trial until after the 2024 election. I don't think he's going to get convicted in South Florida. We'll see what happens with additional charges. Basically, what you've got is a paper dispute. And this is the essence to me of the Trump legal case. The Department of Justice is trying, Joe Biden's Department of Justice is trying to put Donald Trump in prison for the rest of his life for a dispute about where and how papers were stored. Meanwhile, they are keeping Hunter Biden out of prison, despite the fact that he refused to pay millions of dollars in taxes and took direct payment from Chinese and Ukrainian interests. So a paper storage dispute, who gets to keep the paper and where is it stored? They're trying to put Joe Biden's chief political rival, Donald Trump, in prison for the rest of his life over that while protecting Hunter. Now, I think that Trump's strategy should clearly be to push this off as far as possible, and I think there's a good chance that Trump would certainly pardon himself. I think it's going to be challenging to convict him, but I think the argument that Trump is making, that it's impossible to get a fair trial during a political campaign while he's being prosecuted by his chief political rival, is accurate. And so I would be very surprised if these federal charges are brought and take place before we actually get through the 2024 election.